Hey there, I'm Travis Henderson with Arkansas Property Management and Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a home in the Little Rock area or you're relocating from out of state, this video is for you. Today, we're going to be talking about the Buyer's Agency Agreement, specifically the one that I use. It's from the Arkansas Realtors Association, and you're probably going to see this before you ever step foot in a single home. A lot of buyers get nervous when they see this because it's a legal document. It's got a lot of paragraphs, and nobody explains it to you before they put it in your hand. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to walk through it page by page, give it to you in plain English so you know what you're signing, what it means for you, and what questions to ask. Let's get into it.
First things first, what is this document and why does it exist? Buyer's agency agreement is a contract between you, the buyer, and the real estate firm representing you. In this case, it's Arkansas Property Management and Real Estate. What it says is, I work for you, not the seller, not both of you, just you. Before we had this agreement, the standard operating procedure was that the agent represent the seller's interest. Unless it was in writing otherwise, the agent always represented the seller, even if they were bringing the buyers. This created a lot of confusion and conflict of interest. This agreement fixes all that. It puts it in writing that I'm your agent. My job is to find you a home, negotiate on your behalf, and protect everything in the process. Think of it like hiring a lawyer. You've been going to court. You want somebody in your corner. That's what I am for you, and this agreement makes that happen. Paragraph 2, let's scroll up. Properties. So in this agreement, it describes what we're looking for. I put any property in Arkansas because I want to be able to show you a house in Little Rock, a condo in Maumelle, or another place in Jacksonville. By saying any property in Arkansas, I can show you anything in Arkansas, statewide. All right, let's go to paragraph 3 now. Paragraph 3, how long does it last? This is one of the first things that buyers ask. How long is this agreement good for? I always do it for 180 days, 6 months. That way, let's say it takes a couple months for you to find a home. We don't have to go back and write a new contract because I only did it for 30 days. I do it for 180 days, 6 months, just to make it. Paragraph 4, dual agency, and what does that mean for you? So dual agency means that I can sell you a house that my firm is listing. So I am your agent. There's another agent in my office that has a home that you want to buy. I can sell that home to you. If we select option B, selling firm may not represent both. That means any house that my office has on the market are houses that you can't buy. So by selecting option A, I can represent you, and then the other agent that is representing the seller represents the seller. We don't intermingle the contracts. I'm still going to negotiate the best price for you, and they're going to try to negotiate the best outcome for their client. So this just says that I can work for you and sell you a house that is in our office as well. All right, section 5, selling firm fees. Okay, in this section, you'll see that I already have 2.4%. I did that just because that's what I work for. What I do as your agent, I'm going to get the selling side to pay the commission for this. I'm going to negotiate that commission, and I want to make this part something you don't even have to worry about. I'm still going to negotiate that for sale by owner to pay my commission, so you don't have to as the buyer. All right, paragraph 6. Assignment by buyer. This one is short and straightforward. It basically says that you can't transfer or assign your rights under this agreement to someone else in any way that could cut off my rights as your agent. In plain terms, if you have a spouse or partner or family member who ends up being part of the purchase, that doesn't void the agreement or eliminate what is owed to me. The agreement stays intact regardless of how the deal structure ends up being. So this just states that whatever happens, I am still owed my compensation. All right. Paragraph 7, selling firm representation and services. This is what I promise to do for you. This is where it states that I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to scour the MLS, talk to other offices, do whatever I can to find you the property that I'm going to work hard for you. In this, it talks about for sale by owners. This is in here because for sale by owners are not always easy to find. They may only have a sign in their yard. If they're smart, they're going to post online. But if there's for sale by owners, they're not always going to be easy to find. So if you find out this house was for sale and you're mad because I didn't show it to you, well, there's a reason. Because if it's for sale by owner, it's going to be hard to find. All right, let's move on to paragraph 8, expired agency conditions. All right, this one I always want to make a point to explain because it surprises most buyers who don't know about it. All right, even after our agency agreement ends, there is a situation where a fee could still be owed to me. The agreement covers 3 scenarios. First scenario, if you buy a property during the agency agreement, if I sell your property, it's obvious, that's how I get paid. The second, and this is the important one, there's a 180-day post-term period. If our agreement expires within 180 days and you purchase a property that I showed you or introduced to you, you still could owe me compensation. It doesn't matter that who ends up writing the offer, but if it's something I showed you, this 180-day window applies. This is to protect people from going behind the sign. Let's say you find a property that you like and the owner calls you directly and says, hey, you cancel your agreement, I'll sell it to you for this price. That's called going behind the sign, and that's what this part of the contract it's there to protect me as your agent from people going behind the sign. All right, let's go on to cancellation number 9. If you're thinking, if things aren't working out, I don't really like this, can you get out of the agreement? Yes, but it's a process. So let's say we work together for a couple months and you don't like what I'm doing for you, you want to get out of the agreement, then you have to give it to me in writing that you want to cancel the contract. Like I put $0 for anything that's owed to me. What you have to do is put in writing. If I want to cancel the contract anytime, I can just cancel it. I have to notify you in writing. But there is a way to cancel it. It's, there is still a 7-day period after, if you cancel it, there's 7 days after it where this contract is still in play. So just want to make you aware of that. All right. Paragraph 10, buyer's warranty, representation, and authorization. This section covers a few important things. First thing, you're confirming that you don't already have another agent and you're working exclusively with another agent. This form actually says that you're in your situation, talk to a lawyer before signing. So if you haven't canceled your representation with another agent, anything legal, you need to talk to a lawyer. I'm just a realtor. If there's anything legal, you need to contact a lawyer. Second, this paragraph authorizes me to take certain actions on your behalf. That includes telling sellers and their agents up front that I represent you, disclosing your identity to third parties like a lender or termite or stuff like that. This last one matters. It's just because I showed you a house, it doesn't mean I stopped showing it to others. All right. So let's say I show you a house and you're thinking about it. If I have another buyer that wants to see that house, I'm going to show it to them. And if they buy it before you get to it, it's just part of how the game works. So just want to point that out. All right. Paragraph 11, fair housing. So fair housing is a law. This one's pretty straightforward. I am legally and ethically committed to providing you equal service to anyone, regardless of their race, color, sex, religion, national origin, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity. I will represent anybody. And it's not just the law. That's just how I do business. I will work for anybody. No qualms about it. I love helping people and educating people on real estate and helping make their dreams come true. All right, number 12, earnest money. I'm going to just go skip over that here in Arkansas. Like, I don't know of anybody that does earnest money anymore. I have never done earnest money with any of the deals I've done, and I don't know of anybody else in my office that's done it in a long, long time. So we'll just skip on earnest money. All right, number 13, closing protection. This is something a lot of buyers have never heard of. You have the right to request what's called a closing protection letter from the title insurance company. What that does is protect you if something else goes wrong with the closing. So your lender actually requires this. Even if they don't, they strongly recommend you make sure the closing agent knows about it. So this is something that the title companies that I work with, this is covered. So, but it's in the contract. So I want to make you aware of that. Let's go to paragraph 14, cost of outside services. So short and simple, I won't order anything without your approval. This just protects you. I'm not going to order anything and make you pay for it if it's not in writing. So if I'm selling a house, this might come up a little bit because getting people over there and stuff to do work, like vendors and stuff. But this just says I won't make you pay for anything that you haven't already agreed to. All right, paragraph 15 is just blank. It's special conditions where we can stick in something that we want to add to the contract. This is usually blank unless there's other conditions that come up that you as the client want to make sure that's in writing. So safety, this is straightforward. I'm going to make sure that you stay safe. I'm going to utilize my standard operating procedures. Going to make sure we, have your driver's license, make sure that we know where each other is at in the property. Let's say it's a big property. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to make sure I'm right there with you. I'm going to do everything I can to keep you safe and make sure that everything goes exactly like I want it. All right. Number 17, limitation of responsibilities, inspections, mineral rights, and surveillance. Okay. This one's a big one, especially for out-of-state buyers. This agreement talks about mineral rights. You may be buying the property, but you may not own the minerals that are under it. There's certain areas of Arkansas where this is in play, where they'll have mineral rights. This is something that has to be specified in writing, and that the owner of the property is turning over their mineral rights to you in that situation. I strongly recommend getting a inspection. So this talks about the inspection as well. So inspection happens 10 days after. It can happen within 10 business days after the contract is written. In that 10 business days, you can inspect the property. I always tell you, get a home inspector to come inspect your property. It's going to be the best money you spend because they're going to tell you what's wrong with it, what's right with it. They're going to make sure you're protected. You could, if you don't get inspection, you buy the house, you could get in there and find out that all the stuff is wrong that you didn't know about. So inspector will go through the house and find all the issues, let you know about them so that you can negotiate them in the inspection period. Last thing I want to talk about is surveillance. So there may be surveillance equipment at the property like microphones, cameras, and stuff. So when you go into property, you got to just assume that you're being watched and watch what you say, watch what you do. This just specifies like you could be walking into a home that even their selling agent doesn't know they have cameras in, and just to be aware of that. All right. So paragraph 18 through 21, these are just kind of boilerplates in here. Severability just talks about if a single part of this agreement is found to be unenforceable, it doesn't make the rest of the contract void. Number 19, entire agreement modifications and limited. This document is just a full agreement between us. It replaces any prior verbal written misunderstandings. And like if there's anything that this just makes it where it's not a handshake deal. Everything has to be in writing, signed between you, me, and principal broker of my office. So paragraph 20, times. All dates and deadlines in this agreement are taken seriously. Days mean calendar days unless stated otherwise. All times refer to Central Arkansas time. So this is just making it clear, like everything is to the date, to the time. Paragraph 21, counterparts. The agreement can be signed multiple times, signed with multiple copies. This has to do with like e-sign. You can sign one part and then somebody else sign another part somewhere. It's like, it just means that document can be signed in different ways. You may have 4 different signatures in different times, different ways. So just makes that clear that that can happen. Number 22, class action waiver. This is in almost every real estate contract nationwide now. Just says there cannot be any class action lawsuits. So if I do something that you don't think is right and you want to sue, you can't combine that with another class action lawsuit that's going on. You have to sue the parties directly. So this waiver it's in here because of some of the class action lawsuits that have happened nationwide. So let's wrap this up and look at right here is the end of the contract where you sign. We'll have all the dates and everything here. So, well, that's the buyer's agency agreement from top to bottom, every paragraph. Here's what you should take away. This agreement is there to protect you. It puts it in plain terms that I'm your advocate and not the sellers. It tells you what I get paid, tells you what your commitments are. It even tells you how to cancel. This document has everything to make sure you're safe. When you get knowledgeable about this, it really takes the fear out of it. It makes it exciting signing that agreement. If you're thinking about buying here in Central Arkansas or you're relocating from out of state and you have no idea where to start, I'd love to connect with you. My information is down below. Just shoot me a message and we'll make a plan that works for you. I make content like this every week. If this is something that you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button and we'll keep you informed about everything that's going on.